Well, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending where you're joining us from. Welcome here to the Launchpad and our live launch coverage of Geely Constellation Group 4, set to launch from the China coastal waters at the Oriental Spaceport Launch Ship Area 1. First and foremost, thank you to International Rockets and their partner. I'm not even going to try to say their name, it's in the description below for this live feed here so we can watch this launch from a ship out in the China waters just off the coast here in just over 25 minutes. If it's your first time here, though, welcome. My name's Zach. I'm the founder and host here at the Launchpad here at TLP. It's our mission to inform and inspire the explorers of tomorrow because we believe that space is better together, and we're glad to have you joining us live here today. If you haven't yet, take a moment, engage that like button, share the stream, invite people to join us. Not too often that we get to watch one of these China launches live, so we're glad to be able to do so thanks to that live feed partner there of International Rocket Launches. So thank you so much for that. If you guys have questions, you can send those in the chat by tagging me at the Launchpad. But as always, as we get started, take a moment, let us know in the chat where you're watching from. While you do so, engage that like button. Really does help us out, and it's free to do so. It's going to be a busy couple days in spaceflight as we have this China launch. Then later today, we have tomorrow now we have Project Kuiper, and in between there we have the undocking of Crew 10 and then the splashdown of Crew 10. We also have a Starlink group tomorrow evening, and then continuing on, we've got Vulcan, we've got a Ariane 6, we've got a GSLV, we got a Long March 5B coming up later this month, so a busy month in spaceflight. Thanks for translating that, Matt, there. I appreciate that. I didn't even think of doing that. Eric, hit the like button. I promise it won't hit back. It doesn't often. Sometimes we have to talk to it, but it tries not to. Jessica, is that a drone ship or is it a manned vessel? That's a really great question. As it's a China mission, we don't have a ton of details, but I would likely assume that it is a manned vehicle or vessel. But I would hope they clear the vessel just before launch. But keep in mind, this is one of the launches. We've posted clips of this launch before in previous launch groups, where you can see this from the high rises of the city. This is we're not talking 50 miles offshore. We're not even talking 10 miles offshore. This is really, really close. On the shot we had a little bit earlier, you could see a building in the ship off in the distance. You can see a secondary ship there passing by. Now, I don't believe we can see the rocket vertical on the ship just yet, but we'll have to keep an eye on this. I'll be honest, this is my first time doing one of these live, so bear with me as we navigate that. There you can see the cameraman zooming out. He's not on a boat. He is on the coast. That is how close this vessel is to the shore. We're now down to 22 and a half minutes approximately till liftoff. On board today's rocket. The rocket is the Jielong 3 launch vehicle. It is a 4-stage rocket that stands 31 meters tall, has a fairing diameter of 3.35 meters, and can carry 1,500 kilograms to low Earth orbit. On board are 11 of the Leo Constellation satellites for the Chinese car manufacturer Geely Automotive for testing autonomous driving and inter-vehicle communication services. They also carry payloads for ocean observation. So this is the fourth group of the Geely Constellation. And there again is that wide shot where you can see that high rise on the left side of your screen and the launch vessel just off the shore. And if you're just joining us, welcome here to the launch pad. You are looking at a live view of the China coastal waters where they are preparing to launch the Jielong 3 rocket with 11 payloads on board, and you can see the rocket going vertical now on that ship. We are now coming down to L minus 9 minutes and counting. Again, thank you to the live feed. Thanks to International Rocket Launches and the partners. We've got their names in the comments and in the description down below, but we're glad to be able to bring this rare China launch to you thanks to their feed. You can see the 4-stage vehicle now being rotated into the vertical launch position ahead of flight. Quite an incredible sight to see a vehicle go vertical this late into the timeline. This rocket stands 31 meters tall, 101 feet tall, for those that prefer the other measurement. On board, LEO communication satellites for Chinese car manufacturer Geely Automotive. This vehicle can carry up to 1,500 kilograms to low Earth orbit. We don't know how much is on board here today, but this is the 4th batch of satellites that they are launching for this constellation. As always, if you guys have questions, you can send those in the chat by tagging me at the launch pad, and I'll work on answering those live to the best of my ability while we can continue through today's timeline. If you haven't yet, take a moment, share out the stream, invite people to join us as well. You can see some different shots here of the coastal water areas. This is how close they are off the shore. You can see those lights are on shore and then the ship is off. So very close, and you can see now that rocket very visible on the back of the launch vessel out in the China coastal waters. Coming down to just over 7 minutes and counting till launch. Some great questions coming in the chat. TS asking, are there any reusable stages? No, they're not. And Sean asks, is this the first time someone has tried this? Nope, this is the 4th launch, actually, for this launch vehicle for the Constellation, and the 6th launch for this rocket in its entirety. This is their 2nd launch of this year. And believe it or not, this is the 174th orbital launch of 2025. There's an incredible shot. You can see the beam of light coming off the ship with the city in the foreground there. Just shows you they're really not that far off the coast. Just under 6 minutes and counting now till liftoff. Spring forward. I'm sorry. I am confused. Is this a rocket on the boat? Yes. So there's a white pole now on the very back of the ship, of the vessel. That is the rocket, and it will be launching off the rocket. We have posted previously, if you search on our channel, we've had some clips of daytime launches from the ship. I don't know if we've actually had an evening launch, midnight launch, that we've had footage from. So you can see what it looks like during the daytime, but there's a great shot now. You can see the front of the ship, but there on the very back there was that white pole sticking up to the back, and that is the 4-stage launch vehicle. And there is the crowd that has gathered to watch this. So you can really see this is not far off the coast. Lots of people gathering in the middle of the night to see today's rocket launch. It's really cool to see people around the world really getting excited about spaceflight, no matter what the country is. Now minus 4 minutes, 30 seconds and counting. Lee's asking purpose of the launch. On board are 11 satellites. They are going up into the LEO communication satellite constellation that is being established by Chinese car manufacturer Geely Automotive. These satellites will be used for testing autonomous driving and inter-vehicle communication services. L-4 minutes and counting. If you haven't yet, take a moment, engage that like button, share it the stream. Really does help us out. Sebastian, why is it being launched from a ship? That's just what they decided to do for this one, for this launch vehicle. I think it opens up more opportunity. You don't have to have a huge launch infrastructure on land. You just need a ship or two. And this is something that's being looked at many countries around the world, including at Space Florida, the Space Coast in Florida. There is a couple companies looking at doing sea launch again. Sea Launch was a previous launch company that unfortunately didn't work out, but they are some new companies looking at doing this in Europe, I believe it is, as well as in the United States, because then they don't have to have huge launch sites and facilities. They just bring everything to the port, put it on the ship, and then sail out to a designated launch area. This is area 1 in the orbital launch area on the China coastal waters. 2 minutes, 45 seconds. Counting till launch. I'm going to bring up some of the live audio. As we come down into that T-2 minute mark, let's see that go, no go for launch in the chat. If you're not a TLP member yet, consider hitting that join button. 99 cents a month gets you access to those TLP launch emotes and really does help us expand our coverage, get our own camera, crew, and rocket chasers out in the field to bring you live coverage of these launches. L-2 minutes and counting. And we have liftoff there. That T0 was an approximate time, but we have had a launch from the coastal waters in China. We're not going to see much more than that, but we were glad to be able to bring that live coverage again, thanks to International Rocket Launches and the partners. I don't want to risk butchering their names, so it is in the comment section or the description down below. Huge thank you to them. But yeah, just a minute ago, we saw that launch live from China from a vessel out at sea just off the coast of the international waters. You can see the live views there. So that is going to wrap us up for today's live coverage of this launch from China. But we do have lots more happening today. The undocking of Crew 10, the launch of Project Kuiper tomorrow, and so much more. So make sure you've engaged that subscribe button so you never miss another live launch coverage, docking or undocking, return to Earth coverage, or more. Because here at TLP, it's our mission to inform and inspire the explorers of tomorrow, because we believe that space is better together, and we'll see you next time.